What's going on, everyone? It's Spectre, and today I'm bringing you my second top 10 video. If you enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a like and consider subscribing for more content. As always, I'd love to hear your feedback in the comments down below. Let me know your thoughts on today's top 10. Now, we all know the standard and overused grass types. If you're battling someone who has a grass type on their team, you're likely to see one of these Pokemon. In order to draw attention to some lesser known and lesser used Pokemon, today I'm counting down the top 10 underrated grass types. My aim is to help others develop a better appreciation for these Pokemon and point out the strengths that they have in the hopes that we'll see more variety in battles one day. Without any further ado, let's hop into the list. Coming in at number 10 is Sunflora. Okay, just kidding. Sunflora is terrible in literally every way, and you should never use it. Coming in at number 10 is Tsareena, a 7th generation pure grass type. Tsareena is currently in the underused or UU tier of competitive battling. Its typing allows it to resist electric, grass, ground, and water, while it is weak to bug, fire, flying, ice, and poison. Tsareena's base stats are quite impressive, with a whopping 120 in attack, a great 98 in defense and special defense, and an awesome base stat total of 510, it's safe to say that Tsareena's role is to be a tank of sorts. Tsareena has an amazing ability in the form of Queenly Majesty, which gives it and its teammates in doubles an immunity to all priority moves. This helps to mitigate Tsareena's fairly slow speed stat, and prevents slower Pokemon from outspeeding it with super effective moves such as Ice Shard. It also protects Tsareena against Talonflame's super effective priority Brave Bird from its Gale Wings ability, and prevents the ability Prankster from working, which normally allows Pokemon to get priority on any status or stat boosting moves. Tsareena's move pool is also fantastic. In this sample set, Tsareena has Rapid Spin, which is essential for getting rid of hazards such as Stealth Rocks and Spikes, and is a rare move for Pokemon to have. Drop Kick is a 70 base power grass move that lowers the opponent's attack stat by 1 stage every time it is used. Tsareena also has access to Synthesis, which heals half of its health, Aromatherapy, which heals your entire party from status conditions, and U-Turn, which is great for allowing Tsareena to switch out freely. Combine all of this with the leftovers for even more recovery, and Tsareena is one powerful tank with an unbelievable ability, which is why it gets the 10th spot on our list. At number 9 we have Trevon, a 6th generation ghost and grass type, a typing it shares with only 3 other fully evolved Pokemon. This thing is one terrifying tree. Trevon is currently in the PU tier, the lowest usage-based tier in competitive battling. Its typing grants it full immunity to fighting and normal type moves, resistance to electric, grass, ground, and water, and makes it weak against dark, fire, flying, ice, and ghost, the last of which Trevon is of course super effective against as well. Trevon's base stats include a respectable total of 474 with solid defenses, 85 in HP, 76 in defense, and 82 in special defense, and a powerful 110 in attack, making it a great tank. Trevon's notable abilities include Natural Cure, which heals any status it has upon switching out, and Harvest, which gives it a 50% chance to regrow any berry that it has used after every turn, or an 100% chance in the sun. As you'll see in this moveset, Harvest is absolutely incredible. Trevon holds a Citrus Berry, which heals its HP by 25% when it goes to halfway or below. With the Harvest ability, Trevon has a 50% chance each turn at growing another Citrus Berry, which means every turn Trevon has a 50% chance of healing a quarter of its health every time its HP goes below halfway. Couple this with the fact that Trevon can learn Leech Seed, which takes away health from the opponent every turn and gives it to Trevon. It also has Will-O-Wisp, which burns the opponent and hurts it every turn in addition to lowering its attack stat. Substitute protects Trevon from any attack at the cost of 25% of its health, which can be healed by its potentially unlimited Citrus Berries. Taking into account Trevon's massive attack stat, Phantom Force is a stab or same type attack bonus 90 base power ghost move, and Hornleech is a stab 75 base power grass type move that gives Trevon even further recovery. With great stats, an amazing ability, and a move pool that makes it very hard to take down, it's unfathomable that Trevon is in the very worst tier. The number 8 spot goes to Leafeon, a 4th generation pure grass type evolution whose epic design is only a part of what this thing has to offer. Leafeon currently stands in the PU tier, once again the worst tier in competitive battling. Its pure grass typing gives it the same 4 resistances and 5 weaknesses as Sarina. Leafeon's base stat total is at a really good 525 and includes an amazing 100 in attack and an absolutely unreal 130 in defense and a solid 95 in speed. Leafeon has the Chlorophyll ability, which doubles its speed in the sun. In other words, if Leafeon is in the sun, it becomes faster than any Pokemon in terms of its base speed stat, even Deoxys speed form. This moveset demonstrates some of Leafeon's strengths. First of all, Leafeon has access to Swords Dance, which doubles its attack. If you set up Sun for Leafeon and get off 1 Swords Dance, Leafeon will have a base 220 attack stat and a base 190 speed stat, which are absolutely insane. Leafeon also has access to Leaf Blade, which is a 90 base power stab move that has a high critical hit ratio. Knockoff provides more coverage for Leafeon and removes the opponent's item, and return gives Leafeon neutral coverage. Leafeon can make use of many items including Z Crystals and a Yachi Berry, which weakens a super effective ice move against it by 50%. Most people think of Leafeon as a glass cannon, but that 130 defense stat will surprise anyone opposing it. With immense power and defense, great speed that can be doubled by the Chlorophyll ability, and Swords Dance, it is a travesty that Leafeon is in the worst tier, and it is definitely underrated. Coming in at number 7 is Delmas, a 7th generation ghost and grass type. Delmas is currently in the rarely used or RU tier of competitive battling. Its typing gives it the same 2 immunities, 4 resistances, and 5 weaknesses as Trevon. Delmas' base stats are quite impressive with a 517 base stat total that includes a massive 131 attack stat, 100 in defense, and 90 in special defense. Delmas has an amazing unique ability called Steelworker, which multiplies the power of Steel-type moves by 1.5 times. In addition to these great stats and ability, Delmas' moveset is where it really shines. First of all, Delmas has access to Rapid Spin, which, as noted earlier, is a rare move and allows it to get rid of hazards on the field. Delmas also has Shadow Claw, which is a stab 70 base power ghost move with a high critical hit ratio. Power Whip is a stab grass move with an astounding 120 base power. Finally, Anchor Shot is a steel move which, with the Steelworker ability, gets boosted to a massive 120 base power. But hold on, there's more. Anchor Shot has a secondary effect of preventing the opponent from switching out, meaning Delmas can trap any Pokemon on the field, which is super useful. Landing at number 6 is Vileplume, a 1st generation grass and poison type. Vileplume currently sits in the never used tier of competitive battling, the 2nd worst usage based tier. Its grass and poison typing allows it to strongly resist grass, resist electric, fairy, fighting, and water normally, and makes it weak to fire, flying, ice, and psychic. Vileplume's base stats are surprisingly good, culminating in a 490 base stat total. All of its base stats aside from speed are 75 or higher, with the most notable being its 85 in defense, 90 in special defense, and a whopping 110 in special attack, thanks to a largely unknown buff that it received in Generation 6. Vileplume has access to the Chlorophyll ability, which gives it a very useful 2x speed boost in the sun, allowing it to reach a strong 100 base speed. Vileplume also has an amazing ability called Effect Spore that few Pokemon have and few people know about. Effect Spore has a 30% chance to either poison, paralyze, or put the opponent to sleep every time it uses a contact move against Vileplume. This also works on every single hit of multi-attack moves such as the super effective Icicle Spear. Notably, this is the only ability in the game that can induce sleep. Vileplume's moveset further demonstrates its awesomeness. Vileplume can use Giga Drain, a stab 75 base power grass move that allows it to recover stolen health from the opponent. Sludge Bomb is another stab move with 90 base power and a 30% chance to poison the target. Moonlight gives Vileplume amazing recovery as it instantly heals half of its health, or even more in the sun. Finally, this set can be rounded off with Sleep Powder or Sunflora, which puts the Pokemon to sleep or paralyzes it respectively. Vileplume's amazing defensive and special attack stats combined with its awesome ability and great moveset make this thing quite a beast. Switch in on a contact move from a Pokemon that is weak against it for a 30% chance to cause a status, use Sleep Powder when your opponent is then probably going to switch out, and you'll have turned the tide of the battle. Now here's one that might surprise some people. At number 5, the halfway mark, we have Jumpluff. Jumpluff is a second generation grass and flying type. Jumpluff is currently in the PU tier, the very worst tier in battling. Jumpluff's grass and flying typing is quite unique. It grants it immunity to the ground type, strongly resists grass, resists fighting and water, is weak to fire, flying, poison, and rock, the last of which Jumpluff's grass typing is super effective against, and makes it very weak to ice. Jumpluff's base stats are also surprisingly good, with a respectable total of 460, the most notable of which are its 110 base speed and 95 special defense. Jumpluff's most notable ability is Chlorophyll, which doubles its already amazing speed in Sun and makes it faster than any other unboosted Pokemon. Jumpluff's move pool is quite a fun one, as seen in this sample moveset. Sleep Powder is really good on Jumpluff because of its high speed. You can put the opponent to sleep before it even has the chance to move. Acrobatics is a strong stab flying type move with 100% accuracy and 110 base power, since Jumpluff doesn't hold an item. Memento is a really cool move that causes Jumpluff to faint, but it lowers the opposing Pokemon's attack and special attack by 2 stages each, rendering them pretty useless. This move is especially useful when Jumpluff's health is super low. Since it's going to faint soon anyway, you can outspeed the opponent with Memento, and lower both its attack stats hugely before fainting. Finally, Jumpluff can use U-turn to escape from threats, or Seed Bomb to get a powerful stab grass type move. While doing research for this video, I tested Jumpluff out and it performed really well even in tiers as high as underused and overused. I'm not saying Jumpluff is super amazing, but it's certainly underrated since most people find it to be a laughable Pokemon, but it actually has lots of utility. Stomping in at number 4 is Executor, a first generation grass and psychic type. Executor is currently in the PU tier, the worst tier, which absolutely blows my mind. Executor's grass and psychic typing grants it an amazing 6 resistances, including to electric, fighting, grass, ground, psychic, and water, at the cost of 6 weaknesses, including to dark, fire, flying, ghost, ice, and poison, and a 4 times weakness to bug. Wow, that was a lot to say. Executor's base stats are simply amazing. Everything besides its special defense and speed is 85 or higher, including a massive 125 base special attack stat, culminating in a really impressive base stat total of 530. Executor's best ability is Chlorophyll, which doubles its low speed stat to 110 in Sun, and it also has access to the ability Harvest. Executor's also got a great move pool. In this sample set, it has Solar Beam, an 120 base power stab grass move that takes only 1 turn in the Sun, Psyshock or Psychic, 80 and 90 base power stab psychic moves respectively, Hidden Power Fire for troublesome steel types, and either Sleep Powder or Sunny Day, the last of which can give Executor the sun boosts that make it a powerful sweeper. All of this considered, Executor certainly does not belong in the worst tier. At number 3 for the bronze medal, we've got Gogoat, a 6th generation pure grass type. Gogoat is currently in the PU tier, the worst tier, which makes no sense to me whatsoever. Gogoat's pure grass typing gives it the same 4 resistances and 5 weaknesses as Sarina and Leafeon. Gogoat's base stats are phenomenal and very well rounded, with an amazing 123 in HP, 100 in attack, 97 in special attack, and a good 81 in special defense, with a fantastic base stat total of 531. Gogoat's rather low defense is definitely compensated for by its massive HP stat. Gogoat's best ability is Sap Sipper, which gives it an additional immunity to grass, and raises its already high attack stat by 1 stage if hit by a grass type attack, meaning switching into it on a predicted grass attack will boost it right away. This sample set invests EVs fully in HP and special defense, while giving Gogoat bulk up so it can raise its attack and defense. It also has Horn Leech, which is a 75 base power stab grass move that gives it extra recovery in addition to its leftovers. Earthquake is a 100 base power ground move that helps with fire types that are normally super effective against Gogoat. Finally, Milk Drink provides amazing and reliable recovery for Gogoat by healing 50% of its max HP when used. Overall, Gogoat's got amazing base stats, a great ability, a power-up move in the form of bulk up, and amazing recovery. I will never understand how Gogoat got to be so low in the tier list. In second place for the silver, we've got Meganium, a 2nd generation pure grass type starter Pokemon from Johto. Meganium is also in the PU tier, amazingly enough. Meganium's grass typing gives it the same 4 resistances and 5 weaknesses as Sarina, Leafeon, and Gogoat. Meganium's base stats are some of the most well-rounded of any Pokemon, with none of its stats being below 80, and its most notable being 100 in defense and 100 in special defense, with a strong 525 base stat total. Meganium's best ability is Overgrow, which increases the power of its grass-type moves by 50% when its HP is at 1/3 or less. Meganium's move pool is amazing, and gives it great utility as a cleric for your team. Meganium gets access to Aromatherapy, which heals your entire team of status conditions. Meganium was also blessed with Synthesis, which heals its own HP by 50% or more in the sun. Next, Meganium has Giga Drain, a stab 75 base power grass move that gives it even more recovery capabilities in addition to Synthesis and Leftovers. Finally, Dragon Tail can be used to force the opponent to switch Pokemon, or Toxic can be used to poison the opposing Pokemon and wear it down with Meganium's high defenses and recovery. Its well-rounded stats, great move pool, amazing recovery, and team-helping capabilities make Meganium a threat to any team. Meganium is often known as one of, if not the worst starter Pokemon. While I don't think it belongs in the overused tier, it is certainly much better than most people perceive it to be, and for that reason, it takes spot number 2 on our list. Coming in at the top spot on our top 10 is none other than the one, the only, the magnificent Cradily. Cradily is a Pokemon that was first introduced in Generation 3, and is currently in the PU tier, once again the worst tier in competitive battling. Cradily is a Pokemon that is often forgotten and is overshadowed by its 3rd generation fossil counterpart, Armaldo. Cradily has super cool typing in that it is Grass and Rock, a unique typing that it only shares with its pre-evolution Lileep. Cradily's typing resists Electric and Normal, and is only weak to 4 types: Bug, Fighting, Ice, and Steel. Notably, Cradily can easily counter 2 of these types it is weak to, Bug and Ice, by using its Stab-type Rock moves. Cradily's base stats are perhaps even better than Meganium's in terms of being well-rounded and useful, with all of them being 81 or above besides Speed, and with the 3 highest being its 3 defensive stats: 87 in HP, 97 in defense, and 107 in special defense, making this thing a defensive monster with a 495 base stat total. Cradily's Storm Drain ability makes it that much more incredible. Storm Drain gives Cradily an immunity to a type that would normally cause neutral damage, namely water. Furthermore, if Cradily is hit with a water type attack, it will increase its special attack by 1 stage. Cradily's move pool is phenomenal as well. It can learn Stealth Rock, which is a crucial field hazard move that damages your opponent's Pokemon when they switch in. Notably, since it is Rock type, it will do extra damage against Bug and Ice types when they switch in, which is good since they're super effective against Cradily. Recover is a valuable and rare move that heals Cradily's health by 50% when used, and Giga Drain is a stab grass type move with 75 base power that gives extra health to Cradily for further recovery in addition to its leftovers. Finally, Cradily can use Toxic to poison and wear down the opponent, or Rock Slide for a 75 base power rock move with a chance to flinch the opponent. Overall, Cradily is an absolute beast that can wear down almost any opponent, and is going to be extremely difficult to take down for a strong majority of Pokemon. Use this thing in battle and you will definitely understand its potential. It is now time for 3 honorable mentions that didn't quite make it onto the list. The first one might be due to a little favoritism on my part, but hey, at least I didn't include him in the top 10. Shiftry is a really cool grass and dark type Pokemon whose low speed and low defenses hurt it too much for him to have made the top 10. Next, we've got Victory Bell, a grass and poison type with great speed and attack, but whose use of Chlorophyll was slightly overshadowed by others on this list. Finally, we've got Roserade, a Pokemon whose special stats and speed are great and has access to hazard moves such as Spikes and Toxic Spikes, but whose HP and defense are quite low, which makes it a bit too fragile. Well, we've reached the end of this top 10. I hope you enjoyed it, as it was a lot of work to make. Please be sure to show some love and leave a like if you did enjoy it, and make sure to hit that subscribe button for more top 10s and other content. If you haven't already, I'd highly recommend you check out my last top 10, the top 10 most underrated water types. As always, tell me your thoughts on this video in the comments below. I'd love to see your ideas and interact with you. See you next time.